You know, I didn't plan on staying in the Marine Corps. I really didn't. I think because I was on the All-Marine Orienteering team, I met a staff sergeant who was a real staff sergeant in the Marine Corps. And he changed my viewpoint. He showed me that Marines were in here, not just based on the rank you have in your collar. So I guess that was a starting point where I became a real Marine. Before that, I was a guy wearing, I think I just wearing the, you know, the rank and calling myself Marine. From there, like I said, I became a drill instructor, got meritorious promoted down there in Parris Island Staff Sergeant. I came in the Marine Corps, grease pencils were the way you put things on paper or on boards. You know, now we have computers, so technology is a big change. Communication systems are weapon systems. And I started off firing an M14 rifle. You know, so and now then we went to the M16, M16A1. Now we're at we have the M4 and all those other weapon systems that Marines use on the battlefield. So weapon systems changed. Vehicles. We started off with the M151 Willys Jeeps, you know, and now we have MRAPs. We went through, you know, we had the Jeeps, then we had the Cut Bs, then we went to the Humvees, and now we have MRAPs. So there's a big change. Same thing with the trucks. We had little deuce and a halves, which we thought were pretty big trucks back then, and now we have the monster MATVs. You know, we went to the 5-ton, and went to the 7-ton. Now we got this thing, and this thing is a giant. You know, being in the Marine Corps has cost my family a little bit. I didn't spend all the time with them as I wanted to as they were growing up, which is common for every military family, you know, not just the Marine Corps. I have 4 great boys and a lovely wife. Vicki is just the greatest woman in the world, as far as I'm concerned. My sons are real close to me. Even though we didn't spend all the time we could have spent together, we get along great. You know, we're not afraid to hug each other, the whole package. 3 of my boys live in Southern California, so I see them and my 9 grandchildren quite often. My other son is in the Army, and he's retiring after 20 years. I was in the Marine Corps when he was born, and now he's retiring from the Army after 20 years, and I'm still kicking, I guess. It's kind of a funny story. My son wanted to be a Marine. And he went to the Marine Corps recruiter and he wanted to be an aviation mechanic. And it turned out that they didn't have any quotas for him. And they told him he had to wait quite a long time. So he went next door to the Army. And apparently the Army needed people at the time, so they told him that we can ship you next week. We can guarantee you aviation maintenance. So he came home and says, "Dad, what would you think if I joined the Army?" I guess he thought I was going to get some kind of gung-ho response from me, you know, "What, are you crazy or something?" But it didn't work out that way. It turns out what I did, when it was the right thing to do, was I told him that I was proud of him, that he was willing to serve his country. I'm patriotic. I love this country. You know, I grew up with freedoms to do things that I wanted to do. I got to go places and see things that people couldn't get the chance to see. And I thought I had an obligation to serve my country. The reason I joined the Marine Corps is because I met a guy when I was about 12 years old when I lived in Alamucci, New Jersey. And he was a former or retired LDO captain. And he told me about the Marine Corps. And then I started watching movies about the Marine Corps and reading books about the Marine Corps. I guess since I was 12 years old, I always wanted to be a Marine. You know, when you hear about Marines and you listen to the stories about Marines, they're winners, and I want to be part of that. So that's why I decided the Marine Corps. Right out of high school, I joined the Marine Corps. I've served with some great Marines over my 42 years in service. You know, many of them become senior leaders in the Marine Corps. General Amos was one of my squadron commanders. General Al Gray was one of my battalion commanders. So I've worked with some great folks. But I can't tell you how proud I am of the young men and women that join the Marine Corps today to serve the country. They are truly patriots. They raised their hand knowing there's a war on. They know that there's a chance that they may go into harm's way themselves. They volunteer to serve. You know, people in America wonder what's happening to the youth of this country. I work with these people, these young men and women, every day, and I can tell them that America's in good hands, and the Marine Corps' future is in good hands with leadership, because the future leadership of the Marine Corps is outstanding.